Hi Virgo, and welcome to your reading. Let's see, what does Virgo need to know? Alright Virgo, you already know. I do not like to see the cards before they're placed. And what does Spirit do? Just lay them all flat for me to see. No. So give me a moment. Okay. Spirit trying to make a point. I know there's no point in turning it over because you already showed me what the cards look like. This one. Wait, which space? So present time. Thank you. Not it. It goes side message. Wait, you want it or no? Side message. This is and this main message or side this one. This is what? Main or side? Then there was one. What's the last thing for what Virgo needs to know? If it's meant to come out, it's meant to come out because it's only one card. Take the... Yeah, and that's it for the side messages. Okay, Virgo. Let's see what you have. 6 of Earth. 7 of Fire. 6 of Water. Masculine, feminine, self, nine of fire, 5 of water. I don't know what it is about you earth signs, but apparently you all going through a transformation of some sort, or just standing your ground in your energy. Because Virgo, I don't know. The only thing I'm getting is that you're not here for the bullshit. With the current energy you're moving in, you have the 6 of Earth. Yeah, you're keeping You're keeping your energy and the fruits of your labor to yourself. Usually the Six of Earth is all about community, working with people, showing support and having a strong foundation, but it's more of you're limiting that to you and you alone. Yeah, all that reciprocal energy you may have been giving off, you're limiting it to yourself, or maybe a very select few people. And when I say select few, 2 to 4 max. Those you really know that are strongly in your corner. Everyone else, it's like a fuck no, they gotta go. They not getting shit from you. You're taking time to feed into yourself, provide for yourself, take care of yourself, nourish yourself, energize and refuel yourself, fill up your own cup, and make sure you have what you need to survive. If you're the type of person that overextended yourself, you're not doing that any longer. Wait, nope, correction, whether you overextended or not, you're pulling back all the way and focusing on you. Yeah, because Spirit will be showing me all these other people fat and gluttonous, or just they're well fed and maintained while you sitting on the side, hungry and starving, looking for the scraps. Yeah, you're not doing that no more. If you took care of everybody except for yourself, now you're taking care of yourself. Now, as far as the energy in your environment, pay real close attention to your intuition. I do not know what's going on in your environment, or if there's somebody in your immediate area or at a distance from you. But it's like, keep a watchful eye on the company you keep. It's like something's playing out to your benefit, but at the same time, it's revealing the snakes in your garden. So there may be people that you surround yourself with, whether it be family, friends, co-workers, whether they're close to you or not. It's like certain situation is playing out where you're starting to see people for who they are, and your intuition is also highlighting this for you. You know how your intuition warns you about a person before a situation happens? It's coming off like that, where your intuition is warning you to keep a watchful eye on somebody. You're paying closer attention to what they say, what they do. You may be even reading between the lines. So when shit hits the fan, either you know how to avoid being one of the casualties, or you saw it coming way in advance and sidestepped the disaster. For some of you, you not even have proof of why you shouldn't fuck with somebody. Yeah, it's like Spirit's helping you helping guide you to weed out the rotten fruit in your garden. But anyway, as far as your oh no, this is coming up as a weakness. Because Six of Water usually speaks to compassion, consideration, reconciling with your emotions, but in this case, Virgo, you might be too willing to forgive and to rectify a situation. Yeah, for those who don't deserve it. Some of you may even extend a hand of forgiveness, but only if the other person is sincere. and offering up an apology. But the fact that you're even offering the chance to forgive them speaks volumes, because not everyone deserves your forgiveness. Not all situations need to come back together. Some people are axed out of your life for a reason, and you're opening the door wide open for them because you have compassion for them, because you love them, respect them, and value them. This may come off a little bit weird, Virgo, but some of you may value their presence for the sake of their actions. So they may do something that's beneficial to you, but their intention is not all sincere. It's in some way, shape, or form could be threatening to you, but you still want to let them back in because of the good they can bring through their actions. Yeah, and I understand why it's showing up as a weakness, because again, if their intention is not good for you despite their actions, it's questionable about whether they should remain in your life or in your presence. And yeah, you have forgiving nature when Spirit saying not all of them should be forgiven. You know, that's probably what, if anything, that's probably what's encouraging you to be a little more selfish and take care of you, look out for you, protect you. I don't know, Virgo, you may have started noticing this already, but anyway, in your present moment, you have masculine and feminine. Regardless of whether you're a male or female, we all have masculine and feminine energy. Just some of us live in one more than the other. And again, it doesn't matter about your gender, because there are some guys that are more feminine than masculine, and there are some females that are more masculine than feminine. It happens. But you, Virgo, it's like you're balancing it. You're swinging more one way more than the other now. If you're someone that's usually used to living in your feminine energy, you're swinging towards the masculine side. Whereas if you're someone who's used to living in your masculine energy, oh, wait, nope. You're doubling down on it. Yeah, because even if you're used to living in your masculine energy, you may have been a little bit more balanced with your feminine, but you're doubling down on the masculine side and releasing some of the feminine energy. So in a sense, Virgo, you may be taking a little bit more authority in your own life. Instead of being passive, you are being clear, direct, maybe even forthcoming about communicating how you feel in a given situation. Usually it's the feminine energy that expresses their emotions, but you're expressing your emotions and your point of view in a logical way, in a sense of you're using a series of chain of events. So it's not so much you're focusing on the emotion, you're looking at the outcome of a situation and how it affected you, and speaking more so from that perspective than how it made you feel. Some of you may even be standing your ground. Justifying your actions if you feel the need to. But you're standing by what it is you say. Like, showing not through words but with your actions of what's most important to you. And putting the work in to obtain, and putting the work in for things to be exactly how you need them to be. Like, if by any chance you was overextending yourself and more giving to a situation or people than you used to be, you're speaking up more about this isn't right, this isn't fair, and trying to balance out the situation by expressing your wants, your needs, what will benefit you, instead of staying quiet and passive and waiting for the next person to just see it and know. Yeah, you're not playing that game anymore. I don't know. I was going to say it, people in your environment may not like it as well. That's probably what they're responding to. Or that's probably what they're responding to. If that's how you are in your present moment. Especially if that's not what they're used to. Keep a watchful eye on how they respond and react. Because some people are being weeded out from your friend group. And you may be distancing yourself from certain family members. And anyway, based on the current energy that came out so far, there are 3 paths or courses of action you can take based on the current energy that came out for you. The first being self. And here you're putting yourself first and identifying with yourself your own wants and needs. You're valuing your own priorities and considering them first and foremost. Everything else can take a back seat. So again, the people in your environment, whether they're around you or physically around you or at a distance, you already started moving on in your present moment with self being here. This is you continuing with it. And the people in your environment may not be happy. So this may be either be a change from how they're used to you being, or you're asking for more than what they're willing to give. Because if you're not speaking about what it is you want, what it is you need, what's best for you, yes, coming off you have not done that before, or not to this degree. You have self-respect and looking for equal and fair treatment. Oh, apparently for some of y'all, if you don't find it here with the people around you, you're going to find it elsewhere. Now, with the second path or course of action, you have the Nine of Fire. You're looking to be seen and heard, but it's not in a conceited kind of way. You're worth seeing, you're worth noticing, you're worth hearing, you're worth respecting, you're worth valuing. And you're worth everything that you're asking for. Yeah, with this one, you're doubling down, just acknowledging your self-worth and bringing it to attention. And it's so funny because the people in your environment, they may already see your self-worth, which is why they do. If they don't cling to you, they call upon you in times of need. They already know your value. They already know your self-worth. They already know your worth. It was just to their benefit that you didn't see it. But for those that resonate with this card, either you now are seeing your self-worth, or you're now acting on it, acknowledging it, speaking on it, and for lack of better words, demanding to be treated what you're worth. With the last path or course of action, you have the 5 of water. Someone's holding themselves accountable for something they didn't mean to do. I don't know if this is you or somebody else. But whoever it is, they took it too far and suffering from their past actions. Now, this could be you that took something too far, and the other person you took it too far with is just observing, noticing, and acknowledging, or there's somebody in your environment, in your area, that took things too far and understand the repercussions of their actions, and you're sitting on the sidelines. You're observing, you're analyzing, you're watching for what their next move is going to be. If they take accountability for their actions, yeah, the way it's coming across, I don't think you're going to believe it, because you know it's a matter of time before it happens again. So I don't know. Either you're keeping emotional distance from somebody, or they're keeping emotional distance from you. But being that this is your reading, Virgo, I'm going to say you're the one that's observing and keeping an emotional distance. Actually, you know what? Actually, no, because Spirit told me not to do that. What's fair is fair can go either way. Because sometimes there are cards that are part of your reading but are not necessarily about you. Yeah, Spirit's saying it can go either way, depending on your situation. Yeah, so Spirit's overcorrecting me on that one. For some of you, y'all are the ones that will feel fucked up and acknowledging the actions of your actions, holding yourself accountable, and the other person's, yeah, they straight up not believe in it, or you're the one that's not believing it when they hold themselves accountable. It can go either way, depending on your situation. Now, regardless of the path or course of action you take, you have death and rebirth. This is what you can expect over the upcoming weeks, and someone's learning a valuable lesson. And in doing so, they're going to go through a transformation, mental, physical, and or emotional, where they see things in a different light, change their point of view, your intuition may even improve or get stronger. Like you can tap in to yourself, you can tap into your higher self on a deeper level if you just allow this transformation to happen. I'm not saying you're resisting it or fighting it, but Virgo, some of you may be hesitant in taking it slow, because again, I don't know what kind of Virgo I'm reading for right now, but you may not be used to seeing your true self-worth. You think you do, but you don't wholeheartedly, not fully, or at least you haven't acted on it and demanded to be, or asked it to be treated your worth. And now that you are, it's like you're taking it slow because you don't want to lose anybody in the process, that you don't want to lose anyone along the way. But one way or another, there are some people that's going to be weeded out of your life, because they're not understanding and accepting of the changes you're going through Yeah, you're going through some next level improvements. Alright, so let's clarify for Virgo, please. Let's please clarify the spread. I'm trying not to be upset, Virgo. Spirit has a lot to say to you. I acknowledge that. But did not have to drop half the deck. Half the deck. It feels like half the deck. Anyway, you know it. And I don't like to see the cards, so just bear with me. Saying take them, don't leave them. Where do they go? This can we please clarify for Virgo, please? Wait, why the heck am I shuffling this? This is... I'm sorry, Virgo. Because like I said, this hopefully feels like half the deck. So I'm hopefully thinking I'm still holding the dang deck in my hands. This is not... not it. Take this one. Side. Not it. 9 of fire. Alright. So I don't waste any more time. Let me sort through this real quick. Not this one. Take this one. This goes. 5 of water. Not it. 2 more cards to go. Okay. This. Don't want it. This. Side message. And the... Nope, done. Alright, I apologize for that, Virgo. We'll feel like this one. Let's see what we have for you. The 6 of water have the world. Alright, so this is basically Spirit telling you start advising and recommending to start a brand new cycle of love, compassion, consideration, but with yourself. It's time to focus on you. How can you give to others if you don't first give to yourself? Yeah. That's why it will be showing up as a weakness. Because you will give love, patience, understanding, everything you have, all the patience in the world, all the understanding of the world. You will be fine to forgive those that don't even offer the same opportunity to you. But with the world here, it's time to bring it back to yourself. Bring all that love, support, compassion in towards yourself. Start with you. Have patience with yourself. Love yourself. Reconcile with the feeling of I want to help this person or forgive this person. But so say for example, if something's not in your best interest, but you feel the need or call to do it, you're being asked to stop and wonder why, like, if it's not in your best interest, Restrict and hold yourself back. Instead of being so quick to extend yourself, see if this other person will come forward. Be compassionate and considerate to those that'll take the same approach. Sorry, the same approach as you. If you're willing to forgive, or if you're willing to extend yourself, the person you're dealing with should either be capable of willing to do the same instead of it always being you. If that makes sense to you, Virgo. Anyway, with the nine of fire here, you have the 6 of Pentacles. Dang, it's just reconfirming with the energy that you're moving in. See, you're not being greedy, you're not being stingy, it's just you're limiting. Nope. Correction, Spirit saying access denied. If you were the bank and they're trying to make a withdrawal, they have an account balance of negative. Dang. So someone, if not one person, people around you are not in a good standing with you. Like they owe you more than you owe them, and it's time for them to pay you back. Feed into you the way you feed into them. And again, you're not being greedy, you're not being selfish, you're not cutting them off entirely. It's just that you know your worth, you understand your worth, you understand your value. And until they start giving the same way you have, not because they have to, but because they want to, and start to either reciprocate the energy or just be more mindful of your wants and needs, you're not opening your heart, you're not opening your pocket, you're not devoting any time or sharing any energy. Dang. Wow, the 5 of water clarified by the 5 of wands. So for any of you that resonated with this path, if this hasn't already happened, for some of you it quite possibly for some of you did. But if this didn't happen already, there may have been a situation that caused this. There may have been someone who's argumentative, judgmental, fails to see things from your perspective. They have this mindset of what's good for me is good for you, but at the same time, how is what's good for them good for you if they're not considering your needs? And it seems like they're confrontational when you give pushback on what they say and what they do. I don't know, there could have been a fight, there could have been disagreement, but at the end of the day, if that is the case for you and you resonate with this path, whether you're talking to this person or not, this is how they will feel feeling. They're aware of what they said. They know the consequences. They may be taking accountability for their actions, but at the end of the day, you're still mindful of this. You know it can happen again. So right now you're sitting on sidelines observing. But again, like I said earlier, in spirit even corrected me on this one. This could either be you who wasn't paying attention or wasn't willing to hear the other person out, and now you're holding yourself accountable for what you said and what you did. And they're on the sidelines observing, but not taking your apology seriously, or vice versa, where they're the ones who will feel fucked up in this argument or disagreement. Now, if you're the one who messed up, yeah, let me see for clarification. If you're the one who's upset and holding yourself accountable, you may have pushed too hard in what you said or do. But like I said, you're being closed off, limiting access to your resources, and pouring into yourself, taking care of you, putting you first, and speaking up more about what's good for you, and staying quiet about your wants and needs. But with the 5 of Wands being clarification, if you're the one who is holding yourself accountable or feel like you took it too far, you may have overstepped your boundaries. It's like you're fighting so hard to be heard that you're not considering the other person. You think their pushback is their way of denying you what you're asking for, but really is that they don't fully understand what changed, is what I'm hearing. Anyway, with death and rebirth, you have the Queen of Chalices. Oh. Okay, so Virgo, it's not all... Yeah, in the words of Spirit, it's not all doom and gloom. You're going through a transformation, but as the Queen of Chalices, that's how you're showing up anyway. You have no problem working it out or coming to it. You have no problem working it out. And being supportive to those that are willing to support you through your change. So yeah, the role you played in another person's life, whether it be friends or family, you have no problem opening yourself up to that role again, where you're helping your families, helping your friends, listening to their problems, taking care of them, supporting them in their time of need. But only if they're willing and able to do the same. Someone who understands that you're not able to be strong 100% of the time, that you're not an emotional sponge to take up the problems of others without having some form of relief. I like this reading for you, Virgo. It's like all the earth signs are going through a transformation. But as far as your side message, you have intuition, 4 of water, 8 of water, and wisdom. So this has a bigger emotional impact. Oh, right. And also, you also have the 8 of Swords and the Knave of Chalices. Starting with this one, the first part. Yeah, you're trusting your intuition to help. You're trusting your intuition to see you through. You're seeing your. Huh. You're seeing yourself through a different lens, and you're not going back on your word or what you're doing for the sake of others. You're doing what you're doing and forcing a change because of others. And taking the time to retreat to your inner circle or your core being to reflect and analyze the situation and choose your next step accordingly. So basically, Virgo, your intuition is guiding you on your next step or course of action of how you handle the people around you. Being that you're viewing yourself in a different light, it's coming off that because you're understanding yourself and seeing yourself in a different light, you're understanding how the people around you see you and how they're treating you based on how you see yourself. So the changes you're making to yourself, whether you're speaking up more, you're limiting access, you're not doing it to spite them. You're doing it because of them, because of they're treating you less than. You're making these changes because you're not less anything. You know you're not less anything. You're starting to care and move like you are better than what they are treating you because you know that they know that you are worth more than what they're giving you. It's just that you allowed to be taken for granted for so long. Yeah. Not taken for granted, sorry. Not taken for granted, more so of they treated you how you viewed yourself. If you viewed yourself at a lower status than what you are, that's the status you treated you at instead of your true value. But anyway, now that you're aware of that, every now and again you're taking a step back to reflect and analyze the situation and plan your steps accordingly. Like if you say something or do something, have a conversation with somebody, you're aware of how they react, you're aware of how they respond, and after that conversation is done and over with, you take a step back, predict what their next move is going to be based on how well you know them and the treatment you're used to getting from them to help you determine how best to move forward. Most likely without aggravating the situation, but more so to come to an understanding. And anyway, with the Eight of Swords here and the Knave of Challenges, it may be a tough road for you, Virgo, because you may be having a hard time standing up for yourself, whether it be mentally or verbally. Some of you may even feel conflicted, like, I'm going to speak up for myself tomorrow. I'm going to handle this situation at a time when it's most appropriate. But with the Knave of Chalices here, the time is now. Your intuition is screaming at you that there's no time like the present to address the situation in the present moment, and you're paying attention more to how you feel. And some of you don't feel like the situation that you find yourself in is not okay. Your intuition may have been warning you about it for months. But you haven't taken the time to probe deeper into what it all really means. But I don't know, with what you're going through right now, the changes that you're making, it's like you have no choice but to wake up and pay attention, because the more you limit the access to yourself, apparently, and just focus on you, the more it's coming out to the surface where the people in your environment, this is not okay, it's not acceptable, like this is something new they're not used to, and now you have no choice but to address the situation and stand up for yourself. The more they give you pushback on why it is you're no longer behaving the way they're used to you, the way they're used to you. But anyway, Virgo, and this is the reading that I have for you so far. I do hope you enjoyed, or at least gained some insight from the video. If you did, please do hit the like and subscribe button, as there will be more videos to come. That being said, I shall catch you in the next one. Bye, Virgo.